West Virginia has been a hot spot for unusual activities for many years. Stories of Mothman, the Grafton Monster, the Sheepsquatch, the Appalachian Black Panther, and the Stone Man have been common stories shared for many years. One of the more unusual and frightening stories is that of the Flatwoods Monster. Located in Braxton County, West Virginia, Flatwoods is a small rural town with a population of only 277 people. Things changed for the town on September 12, 1952. On that night at about 7:15 p.m., two brothers, Edward and Fred May, ages 12 and 13, and their friend Tommy Heyer, age 10, who were in their yard playing, when they witnessed a bright red object crossing the sky. The flying object appeared to come down from the sky in a nearby wooded area, a parcel of land belonging to local farmer G. Bailey Fisher. The boys quickly went to the home of the May brothers, told their mother, Kathleen May, what they had seen. They said it was a UFO crash, and it landed in the hills. Mrs. May, accompanied by the three boys, and several other local children, Neil Nunley age 14, Ronnie Shaver age 10, and 17-year-old West Virginia National Guardsman Eugene Lemon, they traveled to the Fisher farm, in an effort to locate whatever it was that the boys had seen. The Lemon's dog ran ahead, and quickly was out of sight, and suddenly the dog began barking, and moments later ran back to the group scared with its tail between its legs. After the group traveled about a quarter of a mile, when they reached the top of a hill, where they reportedly saw a large pulsating ball of fire about 50 feet ahead and to their right. They also noticed a pungent mist that made them nauseated. It also made their eyes and nose burn. Lemon then claimed he's seen two small lights over to the left of the object, underneath a nearby oak tree, and turned his flashlight on them, revealing what they later described as a creature. The creature, they said, had fiery red eyes, and was over 10 feet tall and 4 feet wide, with a green face that seemed to glow. They claimed it was emitting a shrill hissing noise, and it started to glide towards them, but then suddenly it changed direction, and started gliding off towards the red light. After seeing this, the group fled in panic. After returning home, Mrs. May contacted local Sheriff Robert Carr, and Mr. A. Lee Stewart, owner of the Braxton Democrat, a local newspaper. Stewart conducted a series of interviews with all who were involved, and returned to the site with Lemon later that night, where he reported that there was a sickening, burnt, metallic odor still prevailing. Sheriff Carr and his deputy Burnell Long searched the area thoroughly, but said they found no trace of anything that had been reported there. They called off the investigation and left the scene. Then the next morning, Saturday, September the 13th, the local newspaper owner, Lee Stewart, returned to the site of the encounter for a second time, and discovered two long tracks that extended in the mud. He also found traces of a thick black liquid. He immediately reported them in the news as being possible signs of a saucer landing, based on the fact that the area had not been open to vehicle traffic for at least a year. After the event, it became a national news story. Newspaper stories were carried throughout the country, radio broadcasts were carried on all the major networks, and hundreds of phone calls were received. The National Press Services rated the story the 11th most popular news story of the year. After the report, Mr. William and Donna Smith, investigators with the Civilian Saucer Investigation Organization, obtained a number of accounts from witnesses, who claimed to have experienced a similar or related events. These accounts included the story of a mother and her 21-year-old daughter, who claimed to have encountered a creature with the same appearance and odor, a week prior to the September 12th incident. The encounter reportedly affected the daughter so badly, that she was confined to Clarksburg Hospital for 3 weeks. A statement from the mother of Eugene Lemon, in which she said that at the approximate time of the crash, her house had been violently shaken, and her radio had lost its signal for 45 minutes, and a report from the director of the local Board of Education, in which he claimed to have seen a flying saucer taking off at 6:30 p.m., on the morning of September 13th, the day after the sighting. Also on the night of the September 12th sighting, a meteor had been observed across 3 states, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. Kathleen May and her sons later claimed that they had seen some kind of covert government aircraft that night. She even made a live appearance on TV, retelling the account. The day after the Flatwoods incident, a couple, while driving through the mountains of Frametown, West Virginia, had a similar experience. their car came to a sudden stop, and refused to start again. Shortly thereafter, a strong sulfuric odor filled the air. The couple got out of the car, in hopes of finding the source of what was happening, and saw something terrifying. A creature that was from the waist down similar to the Flatwoods Monster, but from the waist up was a reptilian humanoid. This creature is thought to be the same creature sighted in Flatwoods. After the encounter, several members of the September 12th group reported being overcome with symptoms, which persisted for some time. They attributed it to having been exposed to the mist that was emitted by the creature. The symptoms included irritation of the nose and swelling of the throat. Lemon was reportedly the worst affected. He suffered from vomiting and even convulsions throughout the night, and had difficulties with his throat for several weeks afterwards. The doctor who treated several of the witnesses is reported to have described their symptoms as being similar to victims of mustard gas, though such symptoms are also commonly found in sufferers of hysteria, which can be brought on by exposure to a traumatic or shocking event. Freddie and Ed are still alive, and still claim their story is true. They are in their late 70s now, but claim they are no longer talking to reporters, or giving interviews. The town since then has been promoting the event that happened. The Flatwoods Monster, which also has since been known as the Green Monster and the Phantom of Flatwoods, is big business for the town. The town of Flatwoods holds an annual one-day, Monster Day festival which takes place in the Flatwoods Outlet parking lot. There is a Braxton County Monster Museum which operates in Sutton, near the town of Flatwoods, and local gas stations sell items related to the Flatwoods Monster. So what do you think of the Flatwoods Monster? Tell us what you think in the comments below. And as always, please like and subscribe.